Welcome to the GCN Tech Show. Coming up this week, we've got walkie-talkies for your bike, a jacket made from graphene, new tubular tyres, a bike from before I was even born, and our main talking point, top secret bikes that manufacturers try to hide from us. Oh, and this week, you're in for a treat. It's just me.
Oi, Manon, you can't get rid of me that easily. I'm up here.
Well, I guess Alex is here too.
Yeah, come on, let's get on with this week's tech show. Right then, on to our poll from last week, where we ask you if wearing super high socks, wearing a visor and using 27cm handlebars would mean you won the race. Would you use it?
And 56% of you said hell yes. It's all about the win, but it was a close one with 44% of you saying no way. Style over speed.
Interesting that. Yeah, I kind of agree with that as well, to be honest. But before we take a look at this week's main talking point, Dan Bingham has actually sent us in some additional video evidence for last week's GCN Tech Court. And it's actually from none other than Madison World Champion, Michael Morkoff. Check this out.
I brought the Michael Morkoff in, who approves of these handlebars and also said style doesn't matter. So
style matters.
But winning races more?
Yeah, you have to win races and then style counts.
There we go, guys. You heard it here first. The world champ.
God, that's pretty interesting, actually. But what do you think of narrow handlebars, Manon?
I'm all for them. I think they're the way forward. I think they might not look so good and all that aero stuff, but I think it is definitely the way forward. And in a few years, I think everybody will be on them. Only a matter of time. Yeah,
there you go. You heard it here first. But on to our main talking point for this week, which is taking a look at top secret new bikes that we could see this year.
We love new bikes and we love spotting new bikes.
And we've been doing some detective work to see if we can find some new bikes that could be dropping for 2021.
That's right, we've had a look at one of our favourite lists, the UCI approved frame list, and there's lots of big name manufacturers that have new frames approved.
You see, the way it works, in order for a pro rider to use a new frame or a new bike in races such as the Tour, it first has to be approved by the UCI. Firstly, to make sure it's safe, and then secondly, to make sure that it doesn't look like this. Ah! Oh God, no, make it stop.
And because pros will sneakily test out these new bikes in races before they're officially launched. This way we can keep a sneaky eye on what amazing frames are coming soon.
And last week, for example, we spoke about the new Cervelo R5 we'd spotted with Roglic riding that. And that, sure enough, is there on the UCI approved list too. But what else is there?
Now, the first one we spotted was the new Orbea Orca 2021. It's a road frame and it could potentially be a new Orca, or it could just be an updated version of the one we currently have, which actually came out in 2019, which isn't really that old.
Ridley also has a new bike for 2021, the new Phoenix, which is their endurance-based platform, and is a bike often favoured by some of the Lotto Sedal riders for the Cobble Classics, for example.
We also spotted this new Argon 18 Electron track bike. Now, we did see the Australian track team use it at the Worlds, and we expect the Danes will be on it in Tokyo, and it looks absolutely rapid.
God, that is cool, isn't it?
It is.
Here's another exciting one for you, because BMC have a new bike listed on there called the BMC T-Machine 2021. So this looks like an update to their top-end all-round platform. BMC were one of the first people to introduce that type of bike to us, which featured like integrated aero handlebars. It was lightweight, had disc brakes, and yeah, you guessed it, it also featured those drop seat stays.
Now, I've no idea what it's going to look like, but I can guarantee you Greg van Avermaet will be on it, probably at the Tour, so keep your eyes peeled. Another little sneaky entry we've got is from Canyon, but they don't give much away. Check this out.
Yeah, that's right. They've managed to somehow get it on there without having to put the official name of it. Interestingly enough though, we can see it's going to be a disc brake bike. Maybe we've got a new Ultimate coming, who knows, because that's a bike that has been around for some time now and could maybe do with a new update.
Merida have a new bike on the way and it's listed as the Merida Sculptura 5. Now the original one was actually launched at the Giro in 2015 and it actually was ridden to victory on its very first outing.
Yeah, that's right, and then later on, a year later, so in 2016, it received an update with disc brakes. But I am intrigued to see what this latest edition holds. But you can probably imagine that Bahrain victorious will be riding it, maybe at the Giro this year. So the only way of finding out is to check out the live racing over on GCN Plus and keep your eyes peeled.
It's not just about what's on the list, but what isn't on the list. It appears that Pirelli have no new bikes coming out this year. This means that Ineos will remain on the same bikes for the rest of 21 and maybe 2022. This means they're going to be staying on rim brakes for the foreseeable.
Well, there you have it. What new bike are you most excited about? Let us know in the comment section down below.
It's now time for hot and spicy tech, and we're going to start off with some new tyres from Pirelli.
I know it was only a few weeks ago that Manon and I started the death of the tubular tyre extinction countdown clock, but it would appear Pirelli are making use of what time they've got left with this, the new P0 tubular SL. So SL meaning it's the super lightweight version. So this one is actually 50 grams per tubular tyre lighter than the previous model. And I've done the math, so that's 100 grams saving for your bike. Pretty good, I know. So this one features, well, they've saved this weight by using a TPU thermoplastic. They're using polyurethane for the inner tubes instead of that more traditional latex or butyl that would often be used. So this means it's got a lighter weight, potentially a little bit of lower rolling resistance and also improved puncture resistance.
It also uses the latest Smart Evo compound that's used in the Pirelli P0 race tyres with 320 TPI casing. It has the same great grip and same great handling, but presumably faster with the lighter inner tubes. And they come in at a price of £99 per tubular.
Pretty good, yeah, I think so. Up next, we've got sun cream for your bike. Well, it's not actually for your bike, it's for you.
I know many of our viewers have already been lucky enough to ride in the sun, but summer is only just on the way here in the UK. And I'm starting to get my shorts and jerseys out and working on my cyclist tan line. But this reminded me that it is very important to be protected from the sun and get some good sun cream. And I found this.
Peloton. So this is sun protection specifically designed for cyclists. It offers 8 hours of protection against the sun. It's windproof, it's waterproof, and it's breathable, which is important because we're quite often sweating when we're out on our bikes. It also offers protection from UVB rays and also UVA rays. And it comes in 2 different bottles. So you've got a spray-on version, which is available for £20, and a roll-on version, which is half price at £10.
Now that's not bad for sun cream, because sometimes it can be quite expensive. And who's going to ride for 8 hours? I mean, what's your limit, Alex? Probably about an hour and a half.
Literally 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours is all I've got in me now.
That'll do nicely then. Next up, you've all probably heard of graphene. It is the material of the future. It's been made for bike frames and it's been used in some tyres. But now we've seen a jacket with infused layers of graphene.
Yeah, well, this isn't specifically a cycling jacket, this is just a casual jacket, but it features all of the sort of characteristics and properties that we would want in our cycling jackets. So it's waterproof, it's windproof, it's breathable, and it says that it will keep us warm in cold temperatures, but also allow us to regulate our body temperatures if the temperature rises.
That's everything you need in a cycling jacket, isn't it? But I wonder if it'll catch on. I reckon we should have a poll, Alex. What do you think?
Yeah, we should have a poll on this. So is graphene the super material of the future, or is it just a one-hit wonder?
Next up, we've got the Ollie app. And no, it's nothing to do with Ollie Bridgewood. Now, this is a new app tech, but it hasn't actually been released yet, but they say they are close to releasing. And it basically turns your smartphone and your headphones into a modern-day walkie-talkie.
So this is hands-free communication for when you're out on the bike, and it's voice activated as well, meaning you don't have to fiddle around in your back pockets or press any fancy buttons. And this technology also allows you to see where other riders are located by using the app that's built in with this technology. So it uses Wi-Fi and then 4 and 5G networks to allow you to communicate. Ideal for if you want to chat to riders that are nearby, or also other riders that could be in your group ride.
That's pretty cool. It'd be like going on a secret mission on your bike and just walkie-talkieing. Or if you are on a big group ride and you're at the front and you want to talk to a rider at the back, you could just walkie-talkie them. You don't have to drop all the way back.
Next up, I've been spending a lot of time filming and riding retro bikes lately, and whilst they are pretty cool, it did get me thinking, what do you do if you want a retro bike, but you also want a new bike as well?
Well, Rally have released this. It's to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Thai Rally Corrida team claiming the top spot at the 1980s Tour de France. All traditional parts, and it is a 10-speed with a 2x chainring, so you can climb up those climbs with ease.
It uses Reynolds 753 tubing, as well as only 250 of these frames were made, each one with a unique serial number and a certificate of authenticity, as signed by Joop Zoetemelk, the rider who made this bike famous by winning that year's Tour de France.
Oh, nice. More hot tech next week. This is a part of the show where you send in upgrades that you've made to your bikes or cycling lives for a chance to win the ultimate prize, a GCN water bottle. But before we take a look at this week, let's take a look at last week's results. Alex?
We asked whose upgrade was the best. First up, we had JWABT 19861's lockdown bike, designed for his bike, up against Kit Hayes 121 and their GT gravel conversion. And the results are in. We've got 58% going to the GT gravel conversion. Get in touch over on Facebook and we'll get the water bottle out to you.
Right, let's take a look at this week's. First up, we've got one in from Snazzy. And after watching Manon's home race for it, I decided to rebuild my trusty commuter single speed. Over a couple of weeks, I stripped and prepped the frame, then got the colour on. Then rebuilt it back up with the best parts I could get. Right, let's take a look at it. Oh, a little pink and black number it was before. Big fan of the pink chain that was on there before.
Oh, yeah.
But let's take a look at the finished. I might be biased, but that colour is so nice.
That looks super cool. I'm impressed.
I just never thought, when I started that spray paint project, I never thought I'd be able to get a colour like that at home. I thought it'd just be, you know, one colour. But that kind of like multicolour, like purpley, greeny, bluey effect, it is very nice. And that finished bike build is...
That's stunning, isn't it? I think it's amazing.
It is very nice.
But as Ollie says, yeah, it's no plain sailing, is it? That's right. So he's up against Guy Mulebrook, who bought their cheap steel frame mountain bike for €10 and completely stripped it down, repainted it themselves. First time thanks to Manon as well. So someone else that's thanking you for your hard work. Transformed it into a cheap 7-speed gravel bike. Reused drop bars, brakes, saddles and pedals from other bikes. And in total, it's only cost €65 with a lot of elbow grease mixed in there. Very rusty looking. It
is very rusty looking, but the finished product, that is pretty good. I reckon you can make a lot of money buying £10 bikes and building it up like that.
Okay, yeah, I quite like the colour of that. Yeah.
It is a nice colour, it's a nice blue, but you just can't beat that promo colour that I got. Sorry.
Well, Manon, it's not down to me and you, it's down to the viewers. No. So head on over to the GCN app and let us know which upgrade gets your vote. It's time now for the Bike Vault, my favourite part of the show, where you upload pictures of your bike and we judge them to be either nice or super nice. And if they're super nice, what happens, Manon?
Well, the bell gets Rogan. I'm in charge of the bell this week.
Right, first up, what have we got? We've got Spike with his Giant Propel 2017. What do you make of this?
I mean, I'm looking at it and everything seems to be in order here. This is a good start.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I
super
think
nice,
Valve's
Alex.
line
What are
is
you
good.
saying?
I'm going super nice.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
And even, hang on, even the cadence sensor is lined up with everything on the rear wheel. Wow. Super nice.
Wow.
Right. Moving on, we've got one in from HZFHYF. Not sure how you say that.
Bianchi.
Alex. It's the wrong way round.
Oh, goodness me. It took me a second to scroll down to the picture then.
It's okay, one, it's the wrong way round. I'm not sure about leaving that top tube saddlebag on. It's not, is it, I can't really see if it's in Biggie Smalls. I just can't see from this angle. The valves aren't lined up.
It's a very dark picture, isn't it?
It is. Like the view, I think the view is quite nice. Obviously got the sea or the water in the background, but yeah, nah, sorry.
It's just a nice from me. Next up, we have got S. Gould 6862 with their Mercian.
Ooh.
King of Mercia, 1985. Oh, that's
They've
nice.
gone all out and had like a proper photo shoot with this bike.
Yeah, it's got a full-blown background.
Wow, a lot of effort's gone into this one.
I gotta say, I've just noticed the valves
the
aren't
front valve. Yeah. Oh, this changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice bike though.
Also, a problem which not many people will have in the Bike Vault is that his down tube shifters are not correctly aligned as well.
What?
I wanted to give this
super nice. I really want it to be a super nice too, but it's just not making the cut, is it?
I'm afraid it's going to just be a nice this week.
Oh, we're going with a nice. Alex called it. It's a nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice. Okay. Next up, one in from Symedra. What have we got here? Let me scroll down. Oh.
Farlight.
Yeah. Look at the chain on that.
God, well, I mean, for starters, it's definitely not in Biggie Smalls, is it?
That is in Biggie super duper big. But
I mean, the picture's cool, but it's just a nice from me.
Yeah, just a nice, go nice.
Okay, right. Next one is from Mark Green 147 with it says it's his first road bike, and it's a Boardman SLR 8.9. Oh,
got some
I like
nice
that.
Zip 303s in there. That is really nice.
I like this.
Matte black everything. Everything is matching very nicely here.
Cranks aligned.
Black handlebars.
Yeah.
Black saddle.
Valves, yeah.
I'm going for it, calling it.
Super nice. Whee!
Super nice.
Right. Next up, we have got Ventus. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a frog bike.
It is a frog bike, and I mean the little pink details on this bike, the pink cables, the pedals, the grips on the bars, the mud guards.
God, this is cool. It's a super nice from me all round. That is amazing.
Straight away, super nice. Great work.
That's it for the Bike Vault, and it's also, unfortunately, it for this week's GCN Tech Show. But don't forget, coming out tomorrow, we've got a brand new doc launching, and that is War on Two Wheels over on GCN Plus, and taking a look at how bikes were used in the First World War.
And that's actually presented with Ollie. And fun fact, Ollie's granddad actually fought in the First World War. So make sure you check that out. But that's it for the GCN Tech Show this week. And Alex, I'll see you next week.